Yes, good people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I do hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another Blue Morning show, specifically another Chelsea transfer watch. And today we'll talk about the Callum Hudson Odoi, Ryan Cherki, Romelu Lukaku. I think some of the items we have lined up there is something that may emerge as the show progresses. More importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. And I have two tabs there. One is for the question tab. If you have any questions, drop it there. Then at the time we will open the question Q&A tab and start answering the questions we have there. But that's, by the way, I hope you're all doing well. I will get to saying hello to you in the chat after the intro plays. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, thank you once more for finding the time to join the show. Apologies, I mistakenly let the intro play twice. Yeah, because I highlighted the loop. But that's, by the way, I hope you're all doing well. Once again, I'm going to say hello to those we have in the chat. We're not going to waste time in starting to talk about the topics we have lined up. Yeah, the number of participants is drying down gradually as the transfer window is shutting down. As people don't have, you can say, so much to look forward to with regards to Chelsea Football Club's transfer activities. Let's see what we have here. Mitchell Boy is in the house. The first one to join today. Mitchell, I hope you're doing well. Have you reached 1,000 yet? Calls me Tapping Merchant. Have you? You should be there, but even if you haven't, you will get there gradually. So if you're watching, if you haven't subscribed to Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel, please go subscribe. You're not gonna regret it. He will thank me later. He's very, very knowledgeable, loves the club, and understands football overall. Go give him a follow. Mitchell, share the link to your channel whenever you get a chance. And we have a big up here from Ireland, up to Chelsea, and that's Francis Winters. I haven't seen you in a while, Francis Winters. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning for me, whatever time, I think probably afternoon for you already. Yeah, let's see what else we have. Just give me a second. I'm handling something on the other screen as well. Then we have, who do we have here? Francis Peter says, smash the like button, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And also, if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Yeah, and for those of you that are watching for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, we totally understand. You watching alone does provide great value to the community, but we just want you to do us one tiny beating favor. Please take a second, go and drop a like on the stream to help us reach more people. Nobody will even know you did that. We'd really appreciate that. But more importantly, thank you for even watching in the first place. Let's see what else we have lined up here. And Francis Winters here saying the Premier League title. I know we can climb the mountain. Let's just see what happens. I think we still need one more signing, an attacking player. It doesn't matter if we have three players who we're capable of playing in the 10 role. But right now, you can say only one man. You can say naturally a 10, in my opinion. And Tobes, it's nice to see you. Big up to you too. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have here. Mark Cucurella, welcome to Old Trafford. Take him as soon as possible. Just pay up. Don't waste time before someone else takes him. I'm serious. Pay up and he be us as soon as possible. Don't waste time. If you do, we're gonna send him to someone else. And I'm serious. So Rashi, somebody in the chat there, who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? I'm not gonna say what it is that person needs to tell him, but you be quick, pay up before someone else take him. All right, he's a fine player, and there will not be shortage of player. Willing bias, so to speak. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Big up, Mitchy boy. Okay, big up to you, to Rashi. It's been a minute, and Rashi, more importantly, I do hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. We don't have too much here right now. Are you buying or loaning? I think what I read says that they want him on a loan. Yeah, on a season-long loan. Maybe they don't like him that much. He's just joining them to be a stopgap for them because probably they feel like he's a surplus requirement at Chelsea, and I don't think that's the case. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll loan him out. I think we'll still keep him, except if we're looking at to reduce wage size, maybe salary size, maybe. Kwekugian says that Chelsea should have gone for Kudus. We don't. Here's the thing. I get where you're coming from. I've seen my Nigerian brothers too pushing for us to sign Victor Osimhen. There are a couple of factors. Does the manager want him? More importantly, actually, and do we like his profile and all that? So I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. You can say cry about it. Really, I like him as a player, and if we miss out on him, so be it. There are other options, and the club must have. You can say we're not serious about getting him. For some reason, I do not know, and I'm not going to be too fussed about that. Big up to you too, JC. Nice to see you. Big up. Much love to you, brother. He said, "Big up, coach." Big up to you too. More importantly, I appreciate you joining. Morning, coach. Morning to you too, Santiago Munoz. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Big up, Mitchell boy. Yep. Okay. Sub JC saying he said hello to everybody. I haven't forgotten. If we don't do it today, what's today's date? 27. I think we can still do it tomorrow. It depends on how many people we have because I forgot to add that to the promotions that we're gonna do a giveaway. So let's see. But if we have enough people, we'll do it. This United team becomes a scary good with inclusion of Cucurella, Sa, and Sa as backup, and Lukaku. I hope they don't raid our club with important money. Yeah, and take those important players for us. Wow. Chelsea fans haven't actually moved on from Kai Havertz. We're still crying, if you get my point. But the fact is, truly, we haven't moved on because when you're wrestling with somebody and you have that individual on the ground and you're on them, holding them, stopping them from standing up, you are on the ground too. So we haven't moved on, if you get my point. Let's see. But Brown says we will be a threat, but it will take some time. Just one more signing needed that can play along the forward line. Yeah, an attacking player, and the manager has been clear about that we need an attacking addition. But it wasn't that specific. What area, I do not know. And the manager, I think by now, a lot of people, yeah, must have, you can say, learned that he's very picky in terms of the sort of striker he likes in his team. But that's why, by the way, we move on from that. Yeah, we will be. We need just one more attacking player. Good evening to you too, Marifi. Getting you live in Claire. Is it Odoi moving up to Nottingham Forest and Cucurella on loan to Manchester United? Both could happen, but I'm not too sure until it happens. We've heard so much there again out there that we thought were going to happen and none happened. This biggest hit at yeah, was Mount. Wow, it's looking like we knew exactly what we were doing. Apparently, yeah, the two players we sold. They've been awful, but I have to say, it's also too early. There's still time for them to pick up and the firing and all cylinders. Keep dropping the lights on the stream, people. Once more, I want to appeal to those of you that are watching before one reason or the other, not able to participate in the chat. We appreciate you, but we will, again, if you don't mind, do us a tiny bitty favor, just to drop a like on the stream to help us reach more people. We'd really appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here. People just saying hello to each other there. Blue is a caller. Good to you. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you too. Suleiman Jaita. Chelsea needs 10 players who can, wow, number 10 player, you mean, who can drift the ball to the sides and go scoring. Okay, I think I understand what you mean there. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, 948 subscribers, so close to 1K. Keep following Mitchy Boy. Let's help him get to 1,000K. He knows what he's doing. He has good panelists there. JC, Bobby, Roger, all the panelists you see there, plus some other panelists that you haven't seen here. But quality content, and believe me, people are loving it. Let's help him get to 1,000 as soon as possible. I am ignoring the Arsenal troll night, but you fought him, and then the other day he didn't say hello to you. You started complaining. Coach, good evening. In my case, I'll say good morning to you, but good evening if that's the current time where you are, and that's a Dubai connection. He says, how truthful is it about a Chelsea link with Cherki? There is some truth to it. How truthful? I can't give you the measure. I have to be honest with you. I believe with Cherki is Eden has a replacement, Kante's a replacement, Enzo upgrade to Jorginho, and Lavia a cover replacement. I think those are good comparisons there. Perfect, actually. But here's the thing: I wouldn't compare Cherki to Hazard. I think they differ a bit. How? I can't quite put my finger on that right now. Here's Michi finally. He finds the time to share the link to his YouTube channel. Please go check it out. Go and check it out. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers. Mitzi is a super duper Chelsea fan. Always, again, it's as long as you know you have good panelists, you know what you're talking about. He will come up to support you. Be in the chat, get on the panel if time allows. So we have to help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. New content on Monday at 17:00, which is 5 p.m. UK time on Monday. Make sure you check it out, please. Even if you're not going to be there, go drop him a like on the video to trigger the YouTube algorithm. To help him reach more people. This says Cucurella starts a show. He was one of best left backs, inverted sweeper defender, similar to Mount. He was a player of the season at Brighton. Him and Mount had good chemistry, a smart approach by United. You couldn't argue that. Let them come and take him before someone else comes. Udo, Timbuk, Jim must be a caliber brother there. Good morning, Blues family. I think we with an attack, we have an attacking midfielder like we need or we have. So I'm not too sure. There's a mix up there. And Dan is in the house. Big up to you too, Dan. Big up, pal. What a result from Friday. Also, and back on YouTube now, bro. I decided not to quit. You shouldn't. Honestly, you shouldn't quit. And I'm being honest with you. Again, you can always come be in the chat and tell people about your channel. They go subscribe. I like to carry everybody along. I'm not even big now. I'm not even a big account now. We are not a big account. We Chelsea Perspective, but still we help each other grow. So yeah, you shouldn't give up. I get it. It's not easy. It can be overwhelming. It can be frustrating, but you shouldn't give up, really. Sometimes you disagree with people that will unsubscribe from your channel. Those things are, but that's not something that moves me, and it shouldn't move you. Had a really good watch along with my son. Okay, Connor and mate Alan. How's your pal? I can't complain. I am doing really, really well. More importantly, any day above ground is a good day. That's how I say it. So let's get into discussing the items one by one. So we signed this guy, Georgie Petrovic, signed his Chelsea 7-year deal on Friday. Medical done on Thursday. Official statement to follow soon. That has already happened. Georgie Petrovic, again, he signed a 7-year contract. Let's just talk about that one. And I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's a good shot stopper. The question is how good Is this distribution is something I honestly don't know at this point. I'd have to watch him more. But if he can at least you can say find if he has a good pass in him, chances are he take the number one spot from Robert Sanchez, because I think yeah, he's the better shot stopper of the two in my opinion. Sanchez is good. Maybe the better at he's better at ball distribution, but if Petrovic can be good at that to any, you can say, considerable acceptable measure, then probably he'd become the number one soon. Chelsea, all the way, big up to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Yep, this says all the way. Yep, we have two tabs here in the chat section. One for the questions you may have. If you have questions, drop them there. And at one point, we get to reading all the we get to reading addressing the questions you have there, the ones we can, because yeah, we don't know everything, and I'm quite sure you already know that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 22 likes. Let's try and get it to 100 as soon as possible. Chelsea fans, I'm looking forward to so many, you can say, new acquisitions or new player purchases in the market right now. That's why there aren't too many people, so I'm used to it. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's say, I guess we all Poch need to give Matson time and Mudryk start and play more minutes in the field. I think the manager, first of all, he's looking to achieve stability. He's looking to stabilize the ship, and once that happens, start seeing those players you've mentioned there. I don't think he's in a hurry to bet them in. I think he will with time. So I'm not going to push. I'm not worried too much. A more important thing is that the manager knows exactly what he's doing. So I'd leave him to his job. I haven't seen Stalin's name in the chat for a while. I thought he must be in Saudi Arabia by now. Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. We all the flip flop thing. Everybody does that. Yeah, he's been disappointing for a while, and I'm sure you've heard me 1,000 times talk about how even if he's not playing again, he's not our best player. He should be leading by example. He doesn't need to be the captain. He doesn't need to armband. He needs to lead by example. And I think for 3 games in a row, he's proven that he can actually lead by example. You could say our performance against what's the team we played, Luton Town, down to him. You could say pulling the team, dragging everybody along with him, leading by example, and everybody followed suit. And I loved that. So yeah, he should because his experience is there's a good player in him. And he's starting to show why he played for Man City. And let's say, just give me a second, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go along. Well, I appreciate you all finding the time to join. This here from JC says, I am waiting for Raphael. To be honest, how about review of Enzo's performance with him? Yeah, you could slug it out with him in the chat. Really, if we have time, maybe we'll try to do that on the panel too. Dubai Connection says, United, welcome. Do you want a tea or coffee? Yeah, let's talk business. I like that. United, we're here for business. Chelsea, okay then. Yeah, United, we need Cucurella, and Chelsea responds, great. He's available. Just give us a 75 million. You have him. I think they're looking to get him on loan. They're not looking to sign him on a permanent, unfortunately. And with that in mind, I don't think we'll have the luxury to let him go because it doesn't look like Mauricio Pochettino trusts Ian Matson for that wing. You say if we go with a back four or as one of the as a fullback, then in my opinion. But let's see what happens. I think if they want him, Chelsea will say if you want him, pay up and take him on a permanent. That's what I think will happen. Let's see here. We need an all-round experience in attack. Gonna help us. That's gonna help us to score 15 to 25 goals. We have the good, solid midfield now. Just need someone that scores a goal, and we need one more person to help us create more goals. So to double the number of chances that we used to create in that way, because the higher the number of chances we create, the more the chances we have to score goals, if that makes sense. But that's, by the way, people, if you're watching and you don't know, Dan has a YouTube channel. For some reason, he wanted to give up, but right now he's back again, and I'm happy for him. Please be sure to click the three dots to his name. Go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. So if ever he finds me, we meet at the bridge. He owe me, you can say, a 6-pack of beer. Yeah, but go check out his channel. I have a feeling we don't bring anyone else in based on absolutely nothing. That is seriously hilarious. They're very, very funny. I think we will see one more or two more signings. The manager himself is very open with regards to that. Hasn't It's not like he's frustrated. He's just saying, you can say, he's saying something that's reflective of what the club as an entity is planning. That they want one or at least one or maybe two more signings, and I'm not going to be shocked if that happens. We need a 10. Again, if you look at the players we have in total, Chukwuemeka is the only person that's proven he can play there comfortably. But despite the way, Chelsea want Jeremy Frimpong, according to recent reports. Wow. I haven't heard much about him, that I don't even know what position he played in. I know there was a time, I think, was there a time we were linked with a move with him, actually? I don't remember. But Georgi Petrovic, like I said, I think he will eventually become the number one, but that is only if, and only if his distribution is, you can say, acceptable. Maybe, let me just use that term. I think we can go, because he, as tall as he is, he gets his reflexes are exceptional. He gets it to the ground like this quicker than I've noticed that Sanchez can, unfortunately. But let's see what happens. Sanchez may well prove to be, undroppable. But I haven't seen, he hasn't done anything that you could argue that shows he will end up becoming undroppable in this particular squad. Says Leon aren't willing to sell Cherki this summer. We'll get to that in a bit. It's not like they're not willing to sell him, but they're not going to let him go for cheap this late in the transfer window. We have to pay premium to get him. Maybe we do the same thing we did with for Malo Gusto. Maybe that works. Usually that's how you get them. And Udo Etibok, Jim, we need an attacking midfielder. This is something I've been saying 1,000 years ago, when people were saying we just need one more defender, two DM, two midfielders, and a number 9. And I've been telling them we need a number 10. And now, people are finding out that, but we need an attacking midfielder like Cherki to solve the creativity problem, and you can say capable of pulling the rabbit out of the hat to help us win a game when the Chiefs are down, when all else fail. That sort of player, we don't have that sort of player in our team, unfortunately. Excuse me. I had to take a sip of my coffee so I don't lose my voice. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Coach, my bro, think for shout out. Thank you for the shout out. Next show, any chance can someone pop up, my bro? Just let me know. I'm planning again, once my in-laws are back, I'm gonna be showing up on Mitchie Boy's YouTube channel and yours again as many times as possible, just to fight people there. And you can say to call him Waffles in the chat. Say he's Waffle in the chat, a waffler maybe. We'll do that, bro. Question for you, to my bro. What attackers would you like to bring in Cherki? Beyond Cherki, no one else comes to mind, honestly. Yeah, if we're looking for a 10, beyond Cherki, no one else comes to mind. Maybe it's just me. Wow. Who is that racist buffoon there? Wow. Okay. Why did I even highlight that? But thank you for taking care of that, JC's in the chat. Leslie Gochiku will stay, I suppose. I think that's the most likely thing. And DJ did say something in the chat yesterday. We have one more loan player, one more spot to loan a player out. Now, logically, if you look at it, if Lukaku leaves on loan, that's it. except if Lukaku leaves on a permanent, then that space is still available. But with that space available, I think we need more midfielders and we need people in the number 9 area. It will mean that Leslie Lukaku will stay, but I think David Washington may well go out on loan, if you get my point. But I'm not too sure what's going to happen in terms of who leaves. So there are 2 players there. We have David Washington. We have also Leslie Lukaku. So you can't say for certain Lukaku will stay, but it's looking like he's going to stay. Since the manager had to let go Andreas Santos and had to let him go on loan to Nottingham Forest. Correct me if I'm wrong. Which means he likes Lukaku. And the little was saying just that cameo shows he's a flexible player and intelligent player. He's into that give and go approach to football, and I like that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Right now, we move to the next item we have lined up. How many likes? 27 likes. Woo! The likes, we seem to be slow with the likes today. I just don't know why that is the case. 28 isn't bad. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let me see if we have any questions yet. I think we'll address the questions yet later on, not right now. Okay, no questions in the Q&A in the Q&A window. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's see anything else in the chat. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Let's see. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, summary grades from Bournemouth. I've heard that before. I didn't take it serious when I read something similar to this report. Is this the report? You can say people Bournemouth regretting that they didn't sign Nicholas Jackson. Maybe a higher power was actually making sure he didn't join them. That he waits for us. This says Bournemouth chairman Bill Foley. Nicholas Jackson scored a goal last night. Of course, we would have liked to have him, and we tried to get him back this year. We had him last year, and I believe we made a mistake because he didn't pass his medical, but actually he played much sooner than we thought he would. So I am sorry we didn't get it. Whoa! Do you need a tissue, man? You don't need to be sorry. That's like I said, maybe a higher power. Making sure you didn't get him. That Chelsea is his place and not Bournemouth. And I'm glad he joined us because had you guys succeeded in signing him, we'd be paying premium to get him because he's that good. Lots of Premier League clubs will be looking to get him. But I'm happy that you guys didn't sign him, and clearly you did make a mistake. Yeah, so it happens. You can't get it right all the time. Sometimes you make a mistake. Good. I hope you're. Well, I can't complain, brother. Any day above ground is a good day. Life is good, and I bless God for that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And let's look. Gochuku, you butchered the spelling of his name right there. What a player was signed. I think this guy he's going to get minutes. He will get minutes, even actually a lot of minutes. If he's not going to get a lot of minutes, the manager isn't going to keep him because he's still 19. And at 19, it's dangerous. If you're not going to get the players isn't going to get enough minutes, then them staying will be detrimental to their development. So I think if he stays, it simply means the manager and the club, you can say, and the club's hierarchy have taken their time to look at the situation and say, yes, he has a place in this team. And the manager himself, the good thing I like about him is that when he signed, one of the first from the highlights from his first interview was him saying that young players need to play. They don't need to stay on the bench, which simply implies that if they have to leave on loan to continue development, probably that's what we do. And I like that. I don't want to be selfish, even though some players I would have loved to stay. But if it means that they're not going to play that much, send them out on loan. If you want a rotating player, sign an established player to compete with the starting player. It's as simple as that. I think this he will get minutes. We'll see him play against Wimbledon. How do you pronounce Wimbledon? On Wednesday, he looks like a solid. He's good. A player that played quite a lot for Reims and helped them achieve a top 4 place in France in Ligue 1. which means they'll be playing in the Champions League. Is that good? And come on, you Blues, Grant, Ross, Grant, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. And JC, if anybody is racist, don't just delete the person's comment. Ban them from the channel completely. Let's see if we have one more sport. How's Cucurella going to go on loan? Yeah, exactly. So you have to count that too. So which means I don't think the club will most likely agree on the loan. Tell them if you want him, yeah, you have to purchase him. But I don't think we'll be looking to sell him right now. And here's the thing, something we have to say about the report. And can we be patient? I think we have that on the screen so that we're not going back and forth different topics. Here's the thing we have to bear at the back of our minds. That report is from United's perspective. That report isn't saying that Chelsea have put up more Cucurella for sale. It's just saying United contacted Chelsea to find out whether yeah, they can get him on loan. So that didn't say Chelsea wants to sell Cucurella. Lukaku would take the last spot. Yeah, he'll take the last spot. Then we have the club will figure it out. I'm not going to try to find a solution there myself. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And I like how Michi Boy and Nightbot say hello to everybody that joins the panel here. I do like that. So officially, Mitchell Boy is the greeter of Chelsea perspective. Yeah, this particular community, and I like that. Let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And Rijkaard, is that how you pronounce that your name? Mugby Rijkaard, cool man, cool to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. And Chelsea all the way, 5 midfielders is a good number for the season. Yep. So yeah, and yeah, Ugochukwu, it's a good decision to keep Ugochukwu and let Andres Santos go out on loan. Ugochukwu has you can say more of first-team experience than Santos. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, comments are not only banned but also reported. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. And actually ban not just ban the individual himself, but I like you there. Woo! Briani Yahayu, aka 343 Dynama, aka Vivel FC, aka Contender FC, and now Jackson CFC. Nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join us this particular morning. Always nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We are moving to the next item, and I have Bobby Smokey in the house. Much love to you, Bobby. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Yeah, I hope you're recovering well. And Glenn 10, if you're watching, I hope you're recovering well, brother. And Liam Lane, the same to you. I will find time to reach out to you as soon as I can. Yep, I appreciate you also. Yeah, Bournemouth are crying. They can cry more. As I said, yeah, their loss, our win. It's as simple as that's how I like to see it. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up. And Jerry Z, happy Sunday to you too. Jerry Z, I hope you're doing well. Let's see. What other again? The next item we have lined up here, and then we can move on. Give me a second there. Yeah, sometimes it can be a struggle when you have so many windows open here. Let's go to the next item. I think a new again comments there. Okay, just saying hello. The greeter there, greeting people as usual, and I like that. So we have Chelsea Dodgers are saying this is with regards to Romelu Lukaku's you can say potentially joining AS Roma because Mourinho wants him there. And rumors are that Mourinho he's pushing the Roma hierarchy to get Lukaku over the line. And if you've not been following the news, they are even willing to cover 100% of Romelu Lukaku's weekly salary, which is but here's the thing, I don't think they're covering £325,000 per week. They will be covering. The reason being Lukaku has accepted to take a pay cut to join them. Apparently, Lukaku isn't happy that Juve is taking too long, or maybe just taking his availability for granted, thinking that they are his only option. And there you go. Yeah, Mourinho comes. He's come calling right now, and Lukaku is most likely going to join Roma. And a few days ago, when people were we're running with the report, or you can say the rumors that yeah, it looks like Lukaku is gonna stay. Oh my goodness, we'll finish. What is Pochettino doing? And some people actually went on to start pushing the hashtag Poch out. I don't know what's wrong with some people. And I told you guys on the day that I don't see a world where Romelu Lukaku stays at Chelsea. I don't see that happening. It's yeah, that's how bad it is. But Jerry Z, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show here. Let's see anything else I want to address here. The rebranding is good as long as you don't end up with copyright conflicts with me. Yeah, just two letters there. As if he swaps the Z with the C, he becomes the C. And if you swap the C in yours to C, yeah, but oh my goodness. And we have Rito. Rito, nice to see you, brother. Much love to you. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while, but more importantly, I appreciate you joining. Hello to you too. Let's see what else we have. Modi Zaini, a Cherki update. We'll get to that in a bit. Relax. We're talking about Romelu Lukaku now. We get to the Cherki talk. Juve fans don't want Lukaku. Yeah, that's true. But they wasted time too, and then he changed his mind. So let him go to Roma. Again, I think he's Jose Mourinho's a typical type of striker, and I think Mourinho will get him, to do even better than he's done before. They don't want him. I agree with you. He has a problem with judgment and self-image. You could argue beyond that, what comes to mind is the fact that he betrayed Inter Milan. I think that's why they started demonstrating, saying they don't need him. Will Lukaku even do that? I feel like his ego will prevent that 7 million pay cut. I think he's eager to play now. He's seen that Chelsea don't mind leaving him to rot with the academy. We don't care. He thought he's smarter than the owners, and that they've shown him. We don't care. And I think that's why he's eager to leave now, to the extent of taking a pay cut. Even going to Juve, he agreed actually to take a pay cut. If you follow the story. Give me a second here. I have a problem with my screen. I'm not sure why that happened. Can you actually still see me? What happened there? Something slowed down my screen badly. I think it was TikTok update popped up, and I by mistake I clicked on it. All right, let's see what else we have here. Nice to see you. Glad you like it. What's the rationale behind calling for Poch's removal? Is this just madness? But here's the thing: I don't bother myself, and even if you start a war with anybody, it doesn't change anything, and you will still have those sort of fans that behave like that. Don't have you can say the mindset, or you can say let me just use the word the mindset to take the time and look at the report, see whether it makes sense or not, and then just took it and run with it. Coach, it's a cheap copy of the Reed deal. Let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. In this team now, we need nice players. Okay, the language you're using is something. Or for Moses, Mr. Or are you an Igbo boy? Or if you're an Igbo boy, please do let me know. I'd really appreciate it. But that's fine. I'm going to go to Bobby. Bobby, two things we've talked about. We have items lined up, a few. But I don't know if you'd like to talk about is it Bournemouth? Bournemouth crying that they missed out on Jackson. And my response is that some higher power knew that Chelsea is his place and not Bournemouth. If you want to talk about that, if you don't want, you can go straight to talking about Lukaku's Lukaku potentially joining Jose Mourinho at AS Roma. It's looking like it's going to happen. Whatever you want to start, so that we can move on to the next item lined up. But more importantly, I appreciate you finding the time to join this morning.
Hi, Coach. JZ. Just before I start, I just have to say that if at any time I have to drop out, I will drop out because of my treatment.
Okay.
Where do I start? Let's start with Bournemouth. Well, it happens. we missed out on Mbappe all those years ago
Yep.
when he came for a trial. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see them. They shouldn't really be bothered with that. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened to every club, I'm sure, at one time. A player came at the wrong time for them, and it just wasn't the right time for him, and it wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And would he have been the player he is now had he been there? Destiny takes you through so many different pathways, and not all of them necessarily reflect who you are at this moment. I know I'm talking deep, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm
So it
with
is
you.
what it is. Right. So Lukaku, as I said yesterday, Lukaku has shown everybody who he is, and anybody wanting to look for some kind of reconciliation, some kind of integration, rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
He's shown you who he is. You're delusional to think he will change. Now, he might use you, but he will never change. I think he has not only damaged his relationship with Inter, Juve, and Chelsea, all the fan bases, but the boardrooms as well. The way he's behaving now, I cannot imagine that these owners will give him any kind of time of day or any kind of second chance. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad you've mentioned that, they're quite happy to let him rot in the reserves if they have to, but he's not coming near the Chelsea first team. And I think that's how it is. That is the position. I cannot even contemplate or consider any other stance as reasonable. I think it would be just plain foolishness, dreaming, people that live in a dream world. The devil has shown you his hand. I'm not calling him the devil, by the way. I'm just using
No, I
a
understand. Yeah.
phrase. But the devil, when he's shown you his hand, you don't expect him to become a saint. You take him for what he is, or he will destroy you if you don't. It's as simple as that. What was the other topic? Lukaku, is it
No,
Cucurella?
we haven't gone into yeah, we've talked about Cucurella. I think have we gotten to that yet? We haven't, but we'll switch topic right now. But we have the Cucurella item lined up. What else? Did you miss anything here? Let me see. We talked about Petrovic. We talked about Bournemouth crying, and then we are on Romelu Lukaku right now, and it's going to be Chelsea expected to take a loan fee of 8 to 9 million from for Romelu Lukaku's loan mover to
Euros.
But here's the thing: something that comes in. We're being told that we have just one more spot for a loan, which means David Washington stays. What do you think? I think DJ talked about that yesterday.
Well, it's going to have to be, isn't it? It's going to have to be. If we told him, although having said that, it may not be. If we agree a loan for Cucurella, although what was it you told me? Is it Premier League clubs don't necessarily fall into that category, or homegrown players? I forgot.
No, I think the number doesn't differ whether it's a Premier League or whether it's I'm not this. I think Mitchie Boy understand that better. I think it says once a player is under 20s, below the age of I think 20 or 18 don't count. I think Mitchie did say something to that effect, something when we talked about it. So there's a certain age that doesn't count. That's just that.
Well, if Chelsea decide to send Cucurella on loan to Manchester United, which could well happen, if they want to offload the wage, then Washington will have to stay. Now, what influence will he have? I don't know. It's a bit risky, I have to say. I mean, he's not particularly that much of a regular where he is. And where he is very different to here. So would they take that chance? I can see it. I can see it. I really can, because if they can play with Mason Burstow, I can see them playing with him as well. But then that would jeopardize or mean that we will not be getting another striker. That's the thing. We would not be getting that utility striker that Pochettino's looking at. Or will we? Well, if we do, then Washington will have to play with the under-23s. I guess that's the solution until January, or until such a time that he can move to Strasbourg, depending on how well he does with the under-23. So there's some flexibility there with him. But Cucurella to Man United is an interesting one for me, and it makes me laugh. Yet again, showing the negative narrative in and around Chelsea. Man United now has the biggest squad in the Premier League. I think they have about a 35-man squad. They can't offload players. Unlike us, we offloaded players, both the excess players and even first-team players. They can't do either. Can't get rid of Harry Maguire, can't get rid of Van der Beek, can't get rid of McTominay, and the list continues. I think Juan Mata is still sitting around somewhere in the stands there as well. They have an enormous squad, but nobody goes into their changing room to look at their inconvenience arrangements and start publicizing it through Sky News to diminish the club. But if it's Chelsea, it's free for all. Everybody likes to have a go and a criticism at Chelsea. Maybe in that instance, yes, the squad size did need reducing, and they've done it. So, Man United now, they're just stacking players. Okay, the excuse for Cucurella is that what's his name on the left back that they have?
They have a problem.
Yeah, he's injured. What's his name? I've forgotten his name.
I don't remember his name, but here's what I think. I don't think with Cucurella, I don't think we have the luxury to sell him right now, because it doesn't look like Pochettino trusts Matson for that left. Again, when we were talking about left back position, not really the wing back position. And the report is from Man United's perspective. It doesn't say anything that's Chelsea wanting to sell. The reports say that they reached out to Chelsea to see if we want to sell the player. But go ahead so that I can give those in the chat the microphone. Yeah.
That's fair enough, Coach. I don't see that as wrong. I don't even see that as Chelsea trying to sell him off, but somebody has offered to see if we're prepared to listen. And we could be prepared to listen.
Possibly, yeah.
But, all I say is that from their point of view, it's a bit weird because of their player situation. I mean, I guess, okay, this guy is injured and he would be a replacement. But look at Amrabat. Amrabat is clicking his heels because they can't offload people in their midfield. It's really weird, but there you go.
Yeah, just give me a second. Those in the chat, do not worry too much. I'll hand over the microphone to you right now. Let's see what you have to say before we move on to the next item. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are at 44 likes and we have 83 people watching. We should be doing better than that, people. Let's get the likes up. Let me catch up with what you have before we move on to the next item we have lined up here. What do we have? I've read that one. People just exchanging a pleasantry there. How are you doing? Okay, just saying hello. Let's see. And Chelsea Other with damage that like button, people, and subscribe if you have not. If you're new here, please, we really appreciate that. Let's keep going. Get us up to 17,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Right now, we're at 16,788 subscribers. We're not far away. Again, it won't take long and we'll get to 17,000 subscribers. I've become familiar with the banter over time. Your assistance has helped me develop a thicker skin. I know soon you will become a content creator yourself, so you need that to survive. Let's see. Chelsea are destined to embark on a winning streak. I hope that happens. We have a few games that will help us get our groove back. And then, going to the bigger games in the coming months with our shoulders high. The background noise seems a bit mischievous, and I think there's something coming from Bobby's end, but it wasn't intentional. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. And the God of Frogs, nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding time to join. Much love to you. Let's see. Should have kept Hall, but Hall wanted to leave. For me, I wouldn't mind keeping Hall over Ben Chilwell and Cucurella. He's better for me. as long as if we're going to be playing with the back three, I would have loved to keep him. Let's see what we do here. United fans are called for FFP on Chelsea and yet are ready to give Chelsea money to solve FFP issues. Make that make sense. I don't care. If they bring the money, I'll take it. It's their own. Let them deal with it. And here's a link to the new project I started. Just a day old right now. I think I started it yesterday. A day old. It's called Multi-Aid, Motivational Aid. I have just 15 subscribers there at the moment, but you can help me grow that number. And the videos as usual for a new channel is still lukewarm, still struggling. But please go check out follow that link. Make sure you to subscribe if you're here and you haven't subscribed. Watch the videos. I have just 3 YouTube shorts each, none of which is up to 40 seconds. It won't take you 2 minutes to sweep through the video. And I have a playlist. You can just run the playlist. Make sure you drop a like on each of the videos there. That will go a long way. And subscribe to the channel, please. I'd really appreciate that. So I can't wait to see your comments too. If you don't mind leaving a comment, let me know what you think of each of the motivational videos there. I'd really appreciate that. Something to learn from you and how I can do better. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. So many instances where things come back to hurt us. In this case, from what we've heard, showed that he would have left again in the future. Would have still leave Chelsea. Would still leave Chelsea if Newcastle comes calling. So yeah, so him leaving now is an issue for me. Let's say keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. 49 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. I appreciate you all. Coach and Smokey, we should go for Kingsley Coleman. Really? Not a bad call. Do I think he's available? No. Chilwell update. He's not a left winger.
Good call, but very injury prone.
Yeah. And he's injury prone too. Yeah. Again, but I don't think he's available. The agreement between Roma and Chelsea is now closed. For Roma, close for Lukaku, the loan fee is £4.2 million. His salary is still being discussed and finalized. There you go. Damasio is a trusted source. But Damasio also one of those that reported that Mauricio Pochettino is considering having a conversation with him to see if it'd be feasible to you can say add him to the squad. And I nearly threw up when I heard that, but still, I took my time to analyze the news and say it's absolute nonsense. And I don't see a world where that happens. Please, once more, again, go check out this project. Help me grow the project. I think you will like whatever I'm doing there. Just give it a shot and let me know what you think about it. If you think it's horse crap, you let me know. If you think it's encouraging, you let me know. I'd really appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else? Supreme Quartz, good day to you too. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And both Robert says, Robert, please, why Chelsea cannot sign Kudus? Maybe the manager doesn't want him, or maybe he's not the sort of a profile we're looking for. And I think I saw Ajao Edikachi, and sorry I didn't say hello to you. Yeah, didn't we have some story? Didn't we hear some story a year ago where it said Coleman is one injury away from basically his career being over. So why would we risk that? I don't want us to risk that. It's senior loans. Thank you. Over 21s is what counts. Once you're below 21, it doesn't count. So yeah, which means David can still go out on loan. I saw a dream. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 3. Oh, okay. Let's see. It happened today. It's going to be a tight game anyway. Coleman is a great player, though. You can't take that away from him. Any links with the targets? Nothing new, or maybe under the radar. We do not know. This says I am not seeing much, and the window is
Liverpool
shut.
fans are now coming to dream on your channel.
And here's the thing I'm going to ask you. If you look at the majority of the players who signed at this window, some of them, we heard nothing until we were on the verge of completing the deal. So I'm not too worried. If we need players, be rest assured the club will bring in players. Let's have it right. We don't want the cement booted rats at Chelsea. I think I agree with you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We're 57 likes. We're moving now, but we have to do more. Both Roberts says Kudus is better than the Chelsea players. This is, I know you're a Chelsea, are you a Chelsea fan? If you're a Chelsea fan, you're saying this, I think you're just bitter that we're not signing him. And if we're not signing, I'm quite sure you're Ghanaian. If we're not signing him, it simply means the manager doesn't want him. Would you be happy? Would you like to see a situation where we sign him because fans are pushing for the club to sign him, and the manager end up saying he's not good enough? We've seen that happen before, and it doesn't matter how much you pay for the player. If the manager doesn't like the player, the player will rot on the bench. Yep. So let's see anything else from Peter Pan. Peter Pan says a nightmare. Newcastle 3, Liverpool 0. Yeah, possibly. So, but let's see what else we have lined up here. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Finally, that's why you have to trust these owners. You have to trust Todd Bowley and co. Nottingham Forest are close to agreeing £8 million deal for Callum Hudson Odoi. That's according to Bobby Vincent. And Fulham wanted to pay £4 million. Yeah, I have to say, we've been brilliant. We've been so good in this market with regards to outgoings, even incomings, actually. Player purchases have been excellent. It has not been perfect, probably it depends on who you ask. People had so many people on the list that they want the club to sign, but I must say we have smart people running the club. See how they did not even listen. They didn't even listen to Fulham. Stood their ground and was asking for what they believe is the valuation for the player. And Fulham didn't pay up. And now we have other clubs pushing to sign the player, and we're getting twice as much as we could have gotten had we sold them to Fulham. So I like these owners. They know exactly what they're doing. I'm going to catch up, give the microphone to those in the chat, and then find out if Bobby wants to say anything with regards to Callum Hudson Odoi there. Let's see. Jesse says, wasn't Kudus having a medical at West Ham? I heard that. If you look back, at one point, he was close to joining Arsenal. At one point, he was close to joining Manchester United. Chelsea had, again, some rumors suggest we'd already agreed personal terms with them. It's everywhere. Arsenal, I'm not just going to bother myself. If we want him, you will all know that we can get the deal over the line, but it doesn't look like it's a priority right now. Supreme Court says also, regarding Cucurella's news, I don't agree on a loan deal. I don't think the club would too. If Man United want him, they must give us some serious money, and that alone. Chilwell is injury prone. Matson has a year left on his contract. Yeah. Plus, the manager doesn't look like he trusts him as a left back, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Anything else here? It says hope Matson gets a contract. I think he's going to get one, in my opinion. At the same time, if Cuckoo balls out at United, increases the value in him, it's a gamble, and there's no guarantee they start him week in, week out. Yeah. I don't have a problem with Chelsea not getting Kudus as long as they have a better feat in mind, a better plan in mind. But that's the thing. Do they with less than a week to go in the market? We've seen Chelsea pull off again within a span of 6 days, sign two of the biggest names, two of the you can say biggest talents in the Premier League. And this argument of players being injury prone is a myth. That's what you think. You can sign a player without an injury history, and the player becomes injured as you sign him, and vice versa, in my opinion. Thank you. I like that disclaimer there. Okay. If you have a question, we have 2 tabs there. You have to put the question in the question tab. Let's start that practice. We don't have don't mix it up with the conversation here. In current system, if Mudryk was to start instead of Chilwell, we would be fine without Chilwell or Matson or on field. I think this answer concerns of letting Cucurella go. Okay. Okay, just a funny moment we get rid of our best prospects who could have covered at left back, then and only then United come come calling. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Let's see. Do you still doubt about okay the three at the back formation? Here's the thing. Pay attention to the application. That's why I've never complained about what structure the manager decides to go with. Again, the application is what matters. With the application, it's not actually a back three, if you pay attention, in my opinion. And it's an attacking structure, actually. Yeah, the application makes it an attacking approach, not a defensive approach. But you hear a lot of people saying five defenders. But yeah, we have five defenders on the pitch, but the approach is yeah, it's more offensive than a lot of people know. Big up to you too. I appreciate your first visual. I hope you're doing well. I still prefer 4-2-3-1 like we use in preseason. I think you can say that's the manager's preferred structure, but he's going to mix things up. He will switch to a back four when we're all least expecting, in my opinion. Big up to you too, Eugene. I appreciate you joining. Let's see anything else to address here. Yeah, Hudson Odoi, scary. You don't have to mention nationality there. As a segment of the Stamford Bridge crowd was chanting the song "He is Magic," Mauricio Pochettino. Have you noticed that? Yep, I think I did notice that. We spent 1 billion waste of money on top players. Wow, that gets us goals. It's good. Uh, okay, it's good that we got good, young, talented. But we were at the where's the goals gonna come from? I'm not sure how to answer your question, but we'll wait and see. Let's just leave it at that. I think if Nkunku is fit and Nkunku can get you goals, Enzo can get you goals, Starling can get you goals, and who else? Cherwell can get you goals if he starts there. Matson has eye for goals. I think we're fine, really, in my opinion. And if you're gonna argue that we spent 1 billion, take your time to figure out how much we've made in player sales, then deduct that from 1 billion. Then yeah, say this is how much we spent. Yeah, don't sound like a rival fan, Dan. You know I love you. Enjoying a weekend after victory, being a long time coming. Yeah, for me, I have one of those kind of performances that you record and you watch them over and over and over and over again for a while until you get tired of it. By the way, did anyone else enjoy the Brighton's loss yesterday? We West Ham played some prime Mourinho type of football. Yeah, they played what we call what you could call harem football, and yeah, it worked for them. Brighton couldn't deal with them. That position has a Colwell been playing in Pochettino's formation. Question for Bobby. Put the questions again in the questions tab. We'll deal with that. Let's see what else we have lined up now. We're moving on. Bobby, I don't know you have anything to say about Callum Hudson-Odoi, or should we move on to the next item?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see that done now. It's another saga that you just get sick of hearing. Let him go.
It's
And,
something
and
that
I,
shows us we should just trust the owners. Had we sold him to 400, it would have been for just £4 million.
well, yeah, let's hope this goes through. But yeah, as West Ham, somebody said Mourinho type of football, and some. At least Mourinho played football. This is real fast break, bullying, physical, but it's working for them at the moment. It really
It's a
is, and we
strategy.
could have added to that. It
Yeah.
is a strategy. We could have added to that. It would be very dangerous indeed, because then they have this sort of very expansive goal scorer that will be able to do more than just kick the opposition all the time.
Mhm.
So they're looking very dangerous this season in West Ham.
Yep. And again, if you're watching, if you haven't, I have a link to my other project pinned at the very top. Please go check it out. If you're subscribed, Michi, if you can help me remind people to go subscribe to Multi Aid. It's a motivational where I release motivational videos. I think you will enjoy. Please go check it out and be sure to subscribe. Prospect FC and everything they got a frog name there. I used to strongly support a 4-2-3-1 formation. It's clear the fans are expressing a lot of frustration about shifting to a 3-4-2-1 formation. Could potentially yield more points. Here's the thing: the manager knows what works. He knows how to get the best out of players available to him. So whatever structure he decides to go with, I'm fine. And the three at the back structure, as we see it, to me, that's just a starting structure. It has actually worked. Yes, I hope Brighton gets relegated. I have nothing personal against them. And funny viral nonsense. I appreciate you joining and enhance Chelsea's chance of winning while staying competitive in the league. This is not Tottenham. All fun in games. This is Chelsea. Tottenham, the new Tottenham, they are a bit scary, I have to say. Owners gambled on the loan move to Leverkusen, and it backfired, and Cho flopped hard, and his value tanked. Cho wanted to leave on loan, honestly. I think he didn't like the fact that he starts what a lot of people see as a wing back position, even though the application is what people should be paying attention with. To under Thomas Tuchel, even when he played with a back three, he deploys wingers in the wing back positions with an attacking intent, not because he wants them to defend, because it's just an approach. And again, Ruben Loftus-Cheek played there and executed the role perfectly. For me, he wanted to leave because it is what it is. Honestly, we'll move on. Sometimes these things do happen. That I was trying to be a coach for a joke, but yeah, it works. But it's good for the conversation we're having here. But what are your thoughts? Again, put the questions in the questions tab. Once we get open the questions tab, we'll start addressing them. I am personally a bit worried. It doesn't look like the right fit. No, I think the more importantly is that he gets to play. It seems like it could potentially be like the Gilmore to Norwich loan. No, I don't think so. The owners, I think they've changed the way we operate. Probably will have some clauses that guarantee him playing, if that makes sense. Let's see, Coach. You really think Santos is better than Webster? I haven't compared them both. I don't even know Charlie Webster that much. I personally feel Webster is more talented. Your opinion, but more importantly, Raphael, nice to see you. I appreciate you joining the show. Yeah, Sustainability FC. And thank you for countering whatever God of fraud had in the chat there with that one. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 64 likes. And Mitchie Boy, if you can help me, can you share the link to the Multi-Aid YouTube channel, the new project I started, so that people can go watch the motivational video there and let me know what they think about it. I'd really appreciate that, people. Please, again, if you can, if you wouldn't mind doing that. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes. Right, back to Ryan Cherki again. It's not straightforward. And when I heard that, first we heard that the bid from Chelsea for Ryan Cherki was imminent. Then we heard that apparently the club doesn't like his attitude. And the attitude of a player you don't know, you haven't even signed him. I said, to me, that's absolute nonsense at the time. And it looks like he's our only option right now, but we have a problem. But let's start by.
Not really. I think if we do get this player, it's going to be a surprise to people. You know, there's all this talk of Jonathan David, that he could fit that kind of profile because he plays right across the back, the forward line, and would dovetail well with Jackson. There's this Gonzalez bloke, who I don't really know. And I think there's a guy called Kia, who plays in Spain somewhere. There's a couple of sort of outside bets. Cherki is the one that's on everybody's lips. They might be going for him, they might not. Another thing that makes me start to doubt the Cherki story is that if this Bacola, is it Dacola? What's his name? The guy in Lyon.
Bacola.
Bradley Bacola. Now, if he goes to PSG, do you really think Lyon, that's so difficult to negotiate with only a few days left in the window, will then let Cherki go as well. I very much doubt that. Not in
Yeah,
one place.
and we'll get to that. I think it's a bit too late right now. If we have to get him, we'll have to pay premium. Unfortunately, he's a player. I thought we'd get over the line for some reason. I think we were contemplating whether to get him or Mohamed Kudus. Kudus, right? For some reason, we're not too serious about getting him. Coach, my mentor. Let's remember, it's only been 3 games. Tottenham are born but less. The manager is a diabetic. Wow, the level will come down. Wow, some comment right there. How do you know Cho failed at Leverkusen and it isn't game time? I think you say it partly both game time, and when he had the opportunity, he wasn't all that. It's how much he suits their play style. All those things are factor, but I don't know if I'd go to the extent of using the term failed. I can usually I like to analyze the situation. And Priestley Chidi saying unrelated to the current topic, but I want a fan of. I wasn't. You weren't a fan of Gallagher. Now he seems to be excelling in this new role, and I don't want us to sell it. No, we're not selling him.
What's the name of that guy? What's the name of that guy?
Priestley Chidi.
Yeah, Priestley, you're an absolute top diamond geezer. Nothing better than somebody to say, look, I didn't like this player, but he's proved me wrong. You are
Yep.
a proper Chelsea fan. That shows that your intention is for the club. You don't care about the player. And that's it. That's just it. Why can't people just say, oh, I got it wrong? It amazes me. It says so much about the character of that person.
Yeah,
Pick up
unfortunately, a lot of
guys.
people don't have that capacity.
Yeah, he's a top man.
Yeah.
Good shout.
So if you're watching again, a link is pinned at the very top. God of Frogs, Ruthless, a big AI. All of you, Raphael, all of you that haven't checked out the new project, it's pinned at the very top. I'll try my best to be releasing motivational videos every day there, and I think you'll like them. Please check them out. Watch the videos. Drop a like on each of them, and also comment. Let me know what you think about the videos. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, good comment there. And Daniel Olmo would be a shout for number 10. He's a baller. Not bad. Not a bad shout, really. But are we looking at him? I think it was Fabregas at one point suggested we go for Daniel Olmo. But let's see what the club does. But Ruthless AI, I appreciate you joining. Motivational video, Coachila, why not join the Chelsea coaching set to motivate the players? I think they are truly motivated right now. But please be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, tell me whether you like the videos or not. Does Cherki style suit the Premier League? I think, yeah. And I think Cherki can be, I think I get it. He hits the deck easily, but I think he's a strong player, really, and can only get better. And once he gets used to the pace and physicality of the Premier League, don't want to be like Havertz. No, I think his defense he has low gravity and all that. There's talent, but the Premier League doesn't suit him. I think Havertz's case at this point, unfortunately, his age is no longer the pace of the Premier League. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. We shouldn't go for Cherki. I really hope we go for Patrick Wimmer. He is better than Cherki. Everything comes down to what the manager wants. Keep dropping the likes on the Dan. Have you subscribed to that project? The link is pinned at the very top. Go check it out. Watch the videos. Please leave a comment. Any of you that have subscribed to that project, please leave a comment to let me know what you think of the videos. I'd really appreciate that. Now, Chill flopped at Leverkusen has to be said. Okay, that's your argument with that guy there. Big up people saying hello there. Some with Stalin, props to him, and Gallagher deserves his flowers. And Stalin, wow, that's all I've been asking of him. Lead by example. Lead and lead by example. And yeah, I think it's going to work. And bro, your project will be done.
Look at how I would say me in particular absolutely slaughtered Sterling right from pre-season. But now I've completely changed. Why? He's proved us wrong. You know, he's really performing up to where he should be at the moment. So, you know, I'm always happy to see that when a player makes us have a different opinion of him. But when you continue to hate the player, even after they've performed well, like all this stuff, hatred that Gallagher still gets, then you know it's agenda. It's got nothing to do with nothing, but just you just don't. You're just a hater. That's all.
Yeah, I appreciate you for that. Please, people, check out that project. The link is pinned at the very top. Be sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. I think we've gotten 3 more subscribers here. Yeah, 3 more subscribers. So 18 subscribers in total for that project. You can help me grow that particular channel, please. The link is pinned at the very top. And believe me, you will enjoy the delicious motivational videos there. Good morning. Good morning to you too, a lot of people. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else serious to address here? Let's see. Otherwise, is there any doubt that Enzo is the most exceptional ball or passer in the league? Anybody that questions that may have to reevaluate their ball knowledge. Raphael, okay, let's see what else we have here. Starling drove us to that win. Yep, he pulled the team to that win. He's leading by example as one of the most experienced players in the squad, so he should be doing that. Fed up for people are hyping, and okay, up to you. Then I don't want to cause a mess here. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. I think it's still most likely says Coachila, yeah. I've subbed. Yeah, please, but I need to see your comment, bro. Leave a comment there. If you've watched any of those motivational videos, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about them. I'd really appreciate that. Bobby, just to jog your memory, I mentioned on Mitch's channel prior to the Liverpool match that we should afford Sterling a minimum of 3 games to prove himself, either to sink or swim. And I think I remember you said that here too. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Coach, I've subscribed and thank you so much. And be sure to watch each of the videos. Just 1 second, Bobby. None of them is up to a minute long. Just watch each of the videos. It won't take you 3 minutes to go through them. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the videos. And also, please do share to people you know that will like motivational videos. Go ahead, Bobby. You were saying something. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to know who made that comment about giving Sterling 2 or 3 games. I don't know who it is. I just want to give him a shout out. Yeah, give him his flowers.
He's my bro and friend. That's
Yeah, he's
Jerry
right.
Z. Yeah.
Jerry Z, you're right. You're right, bro. That's flowers to you. You saw something that certainly I didn't. I'd already given up on him completely, but he's proved me wrong. That's what we want. I want that boy, Cucurella. If he hangs around, I would love him to suddenly change and become this player and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. So yeah, bro, you're right. And flowers to you for seeing something. That's why we have this football community. That's why we talk, and that's why we exchange our ideas. We're not always right, but we speak intelligently and we support our club.
Yeah,
So
we
well
try
done.
to come to sensible conclusions. We don't just jump to conclusions. We analyze situations. You can say put ideas together, listen to each other, and learn from our discussion. Go ahead, Bobby, if you were still talking.
No, I've just said it. Flowers to him. He's the top man. He's correct.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And thank you to all of you that have taken the time, all of you in the chat, and those that are listening that have taken the time to check out the new project. A lot of people make sure you've checked out the new project. It's pinned at the very top. Check it out, please. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment to let me know what you think on the 3 videos that I've released there, 3 motivational videos, what you make of them. And thank you so much, Ruthless AI, for subscribing. That's why I have always said football isn't a computer game. So fans should at times relax. One bad game, get him out. It's a bad behavior, really. One good game and the player is world class. That is if some agree, actually, if they're that good. Otis Maxwell, didn't you guys hear that what Sterling said? He was the one who spoke with the coach and the coach told him he likes to play how he likes to play. That means all this time he wasn't playing to his strength. You could argue that if that happened. Congratulations to us, guys. The elephant is moving to the zoo. No, I'd rather you say the elephant has left the room or about to leave the room. I think I'd prefer that, but much love. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. Let's see. People are having good conversations there. Slug it out with them. Let's see what else we have here. Simeon Okuku says, I have one thing to say. Chelsea has done beautifully well in the transfer window. I think I agree with you. The players are in the team do not have a stupid egos. Instead, you can see their emotions. They are desperate to win. This is the delicious comment of the day. Much love to you, Simeon Okuku. I love that comment from you, really. Very well put. We have players who want to be here. We have players who committed, who wants to win for the club. You can see the passion. You can see the spirit. You can see the commitment. So those things mean a lot to me. Is it true the Man United are interested in Cucurella? Yeah, according to the reports. The question now is, are we looking at to sell him? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Yep, tell him. I keep dropping the likes on the stream. Starting was always going to be starting. Yeah, we knew that given his experience. We knew the manager would trust him and that the manager would give him time. We just have to hope to keep these up. If the coach asks for experience and the board buys kids, this is a result. Might as well again back the player in question. I think they've shown that they back the manager. It's as simple as that. Tell them we educate ourselves to watch the language we use here. I'd like to give a shout out to Kai Havertz. To Kai Havertz, just go away. So let's move on. This one says, right, somebody talking about Ryan Cherki, Leon. Just something Bobby talked about. He says, Leon have informed Chelsea they will demand a premium price as we get later into the window if they still wish to pursue a deal. Bradley Barcola remains locked in talks with PSG, and Lyon are reluctant to lose both star players so late in the window. So that actually, the two players we won, one of them a wing and one of them a 10, both play for the same club. So that's going to make it even more difficult, which means if PSG, if they're able to get the Barcola deal over the line before us, we're in trouble. If we prefer getting Cherki over Barcola, whichever of the two players we get over the line, then PSG will find, again, if we get Cherki over the line, PSG will find it difficult getting Barcola. But Barcola wants to join PSG, so that you can say that becomes a problem for us. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. I appreciate you all. I hope it's something new. Still in Cherki, Ryan Cherki. And by the way, he's just 20. He's just 20 years old. Is set to remain at Lyon this season, despite interests from Chelsea, Newcastle, Aston Villa, and West Ham United, according to L'Equipe. Wow. Maybe we're looking at another player that we do not know about, but it doesn't look like we're that serious about signing Ryan Cherki, because I know quite well, given how much is available for, I think it's not up to 60, around, I think at most 45 million euros actually. If we're that serious, I think with by now, he'd by now be a Chelsea player, but we haven't pushed that much. So to me, it's really simple. It simply means we're not that serious about signing him. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Again, after that, we'll start taking your questions. If we have any questions in the questions tab, let's see. Right, I think we've talked about this one even before we got to it, and this is saying breaking news: Manchester United is reportedly interested in signing Marco Correa on loan as Luke Shaw's replacement. You can say, to come in. Yeah, maybe replacement is the word, but I don't think we'll let him go on loan. Because if they're just signing him on just to play because Luke Shaw isn't available. Which means it's just a stopgap, which means they just get done with him and send him back. And there's no guarantee he starts over who started in that position for them now. So it just doesn't make sense. I don't think Chelsea will will entertain this. Manchester United is inquiring about the conditions associated on loan deal. More to follow. I don't know. I don't think it should be a loan, even if we decide to even if we decide okay even if we decide okay, you know what, let's loan him. Let's you can say he's surplus to requirement. I don't think he should go to United on loan. Bobby, I don't know. What do you have to say? Okay, that is if Bobby's there. If
Sorry, I
not,
was just on muting.
okay, go ahead.
United's interest was only ever a loan. They didn't talk about buying him outright. Certainly not this season. Maybe that can be put into the loan. But they're looking for a loan because Luke Shaw, that's it. Luke Shaw is out injured. And they don't know how long for. So that's why they're looking at Cucurella. And amongst 6 others, he's not the only one they're looking at, apparently. So it's a loan deal thereafter. They're not talking about an outright purchase. As I told you, their squad is bloated. They have too many players. They cannot buy what's that midfielder? Amrabat, because they need to offload.
And he's waiting for them. He's waited for them for 1,000 years right now.
He might wait a long time because everybody knows they want to sell. So it's very difficult for them to sell at the prices they want. Sort of like we had, which I'm glad to see. Let them suffer it. Their fans won't talk about it because it's not Chelsea, and it's not something that they can. They use these things to sort of tarnish Chelsea's image. But Man United right now have the biggest squad in the Premier League. They really do. So that's why Cucurella is a loan offer.
Yeah, but I wouldn't give Cucurella to them on loan. In my
I don't know. It depends. If they pay his wages, and we really feel that, and Poch feels that he can use Martson and Chilwell in that position, and the squad is minimized to what he wants. I'm not, doing cartwheels about it, but I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I can see it if they decide to do it. I wouldn't be tragically upset, but I would rather not. But if they do, I'll just shrug my shoulders and hope on Chilwell and Martin. The only thing is, I haven't even seen Martin on the Poch in that position, which is odd.
Which was why I've always said it doesn't look like he wants to play him there. Yeah. So let's see. Would you accept a? So I don't think so, really, and I'm sure you know that. And the lack of quality options we are linked with in attacking midfield and the striker is concerning. I trust the scouting department, and I think they've done quite well. Whoever they bring in, I trust the person would do well. Gabriel says if we are serious about Cherki, surely we need to sign him before Barcelona moves to before Bacolas move to PSG, as they will want more money, especially with the window closing in a few days. Yep, and they've said that already. They're going to ask for premium even now, actually. There was a journalist who was given Poch credit for Sterling's performance, and his response was no. That is all Sterling. I have nothing to do with it. Yeah, you have to, I like it when managers do that. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of people must have said it makes no sense to learn Cuckoo. That's how I see it, honestly. We cannot be helping Manchester United if they need him. They pay for him and take him on a permanent. A loan shouldn't even be considered. Give us the money. We wasted on the player back, and yeah, you can have him. No loan for Cucurella. For me, I wouldn't loan him too. And it says, I'm not gonna go to the accents. Along with obligation for maybe, along with an obligation to buy him, I'll take that. If they won't buy him for a good price, we must keep. He might. This says he might even have an opportunity soon with Chilwell's latest form. The competition is important. That's what I'm saying. Nothing is saying we want to sell him, but we don't know where that would let him go. Let's see what else we have here. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. We should be careful what we wish for. I see Cucurella still as a good player. More importantly, that report is from Manchester United's perspective, and just for the sake of it, here we have it's looked like the elephant is leaving the room. Romelu Lukaku to Rome on loan to Roma on loan is closed. Chelsea will collect 4.2 million. I want to know the other part of it. Is it with an obligation or with an option, or there's none? I don't know. It doesn't look like there's any. And this is if Cucurella played like a Chilwell the last match, he would have been slammed from a pillar. I'm not going to get into the performance of Cucurella. I see it the way I see it as an individual. Some people see it differently. He was effective, but there's more. If he's going to be playing there, I need to see more from him. But that is just my opinion. Yes, anything else we have lined up here? So we have one question there. One question on the in the tab from Everton Comfort. He asked the question: would we take a Frimpong, 20 goals involvement from wing back? He is also a two-footed. Good question.
Hi, Coach.
Yeah.
Hello. Can I jump in this Cucurella thing discussion? Because
just okay. Go ahead before we take that question. Go ahead. It makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I've been like, here's what my thought process was when I was thinking about this tweet. So we have three good players, really good players in Chilwell, Cucurella, and Matson in that position, right? And then when we look at the shape and the style of play we are having right now, like which Poch is having, he's using them in a very advanced role. So basically, if we look at that role, Matson might be the best as a winger, but as terms of making runs and positioning and reading the game to stretch the defense, maybe Chilwell comes and plays because of his experience in that. And Cucurella might not be bad in that position as well. So there is very little between all three of them with different kind of characteristics in that role. But if you look at it defensively also, okay, Matson is not defended a lot in preseason and all. He has been playing advanced role. Chilwell we have seen, okay, he's decent defender, very good defender. And Cucurella a little bit struggled because a lot of wingers were just walking past him, So, but then there is a third characteristics. If we analyze all these three, Cucurella, which Cucurella is better than the other two, which, as you love to call it, the sweeper role. Like he is defending and can be used as an inverted like midfielder, or sometimes like he's
just cleaning up. You can say he reads the game so well. It's like there's mistakes from his defensive pairings. He's right behind them cleaning up. That's why I call him the sweeper role. Yeah, go ahead.
So then I thought, okay, now who will he be covering now in our current setup? Caicedo, Lavia, Gallagher has been playing well, and Enzo, I don't expect Enzo to be deep lying a lot. Enzo will be playing up front, so I don't consider him as a defensive midfielder in our current team setup of Poch anymore. So will he be required to cover behind Caicedo and Lavia and Gallagher a lot? I don't think so. So if in that sense, if we have to choose one of these three who has to go out in terms of game plan, I think it's Cucurella. But then there is argument. Matson has only 1 year left on his contract, and we really do not know what's the position with negotiations there. Because if he's dragging on the negotiations and wants a similar scenario which a lot club has gone through a lot with the academy players. You look at Hudson Odoi, you look at Mount, all these players dragging their contracts. If the situation is similar to that, then probably Matson is not something we can rely on at the moment because of the state of negotiations. In that terms, the safest bet is Chilwell. He's the vice captain. And he has signed a long-term contract. He has invested in his future in the club. So if you look at all these three balances, all these various aspects, and we have three left backs, and one has to let go. I think if Matson signs a contract, then probably Chilwell has to, Cucurella has very less game time or benefits, in this current setup. Then we might let him go. But if Matson does not sign a contract, then probably it's Matson who will be sold. So United coming in with some inquiry is something interesting, but it's a fluid situation. I do not know what will be going on behind closed doors, but these are various factors which will affect the outcome.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It makes sense there. Let me see the question there. I think you can help with the question too. JC, I'm sure you know Jeremy Frimpong. You know him very well. Do we need to make a right back, because you could call him a right back, he's not just a wing back? Do you think we should look to sign him? I think it would be too expensive, actually, in my opinion.
Whom? To who you are talking
To
about?
sign Jeremy Frimpong. Somebody suggesting that we should sign him because he had 20 goals involvement last season. I don't think we should. James is not going to be out for a while, and Desasi can play in the right back position. I think we have players, and it's, if we're going with a back three especially, then you have wingers play there. But you go ahead.
Even Casado played right back.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead with what you're saying.
No, I do not know this player. I'm sorry, so I will not be able to comment on that. But for right back, we have really two very good right back players, is James and Gusto, and then there are players who can really, in case of really emergency, there are players who can take that role as well. But there's another thing. Pochettino has said he wants 22 main players in his primary players in his squad. The two positions, two players for each position, and then whatever additional he wants to rely on the academy, which is also a good thing. And I think Bairstow and players like him will be primarily playing maybe in the academy, but with the one eye towards the main team, so that they are not sitting on the bench for the whole seasons. They will be playing in the academy more, but whenever needed, Poch will just go and bring them to the main team when needed. And I think that if that is the plan, then I think we really do not need a right back. And I'm really not sure, like we desperately need an attacker or something like that as well, because we have players coming back from injuries, and Nkunku is coming back, and so let us see how it goes. I don't think they will be so desperate, like only 6 days left, we need somebody more or something. Let us see, because if somebody comes in, then there will be somebody who will be going out also, because Poch will keep 22 players.
And we don't want a situation where we end up the squad again, seeing the club, the squad becomes bloated again. Then we have a problem at hand, just because for the sake of signing players, because one player got injured. Honestly, I wouldn't want that to happen, in my opinion. But thank you, JC. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, or should I move on? Lads, even if a Chilwell deeps in form, he won't get to the disastrous level of Cucurella. It's time to bid him goodbye. That is just your opinion, Tapio Tenaro. If the manager wants to keep him, he stays. It's as simple as that. His case won't even differ from the case of Conor Gallagher that everybody have been calling for the manager to have been calling for the club to sell. And look how well he's done. Sure, many of you big goodbye to Sterling and Conor Gallagher 2 or 3 weeks ago, being fickle. No, his thing. People are entitled to flip-flop. It's their thing. So I'm not gonna be you can say fight anybody for that, in my opinion. So if you have any questions, so drop it in the chat and we'll try to address it. We need 18 more likes to get to 100 likes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 18 more likes to get to 100. And the project pinned at the very top, all of you, Jackson CFC, Tinaro, all of you, if you haven't left a comment, I'd really appreciate it if you can watch the 3 motivational videos in that particular project and tell me what you think about it. So, but if you have any questions, drop it in the chat. Let's see what happens. So let's talk about this because we still have a bit of time to go. If you're there, Jesse, people complaining about the owners, I think we have to trust them, honestly. Especially with the new structure, you could say we've done well. We've done exceptionally well this transfer window. The outgoings, even the incomings, and if we're told that if we can, if the manager says we still need one or two more players, it will happen. And unfortunately, some of us don't know what players the club Chelsea are looking to sign, and that's you could say the source of their frustration. But I'm not concerned because we've seen this window that if Chelsea are serious about getting a particular player, then get it over the line. And before you know what's happening, before you even start hearing that we're looking to sign that player, you think, or maybe you take 2 days or three, boom, the next day we get the deal over the line. So my point is, haven't people, you could argue, have people not seen enough to start trusting? I'm not going to say the process, but the club to do the right thing. I'm not. That's for you, JC.
No, definitely, because I mean, okay, last year there was fair criticism, and they admitted that they made mistakes. But
Mhm.
this season, I mean, even the decision making and all the decisions club has been making, there is a structure. You cannot blame owners for everything. I mean, there is a structure in place. There are people making decisions. There are scouts. There are directors. They have put in a structure. So I think they deserve the due. I mean, we should appreciate that they have done quite well actually. Since January, I think they have done quite well in terms of purchases. Of course, I mean they cannot go and play on the field, but
Mhm.
they come up with a coach also, which I won't say is a bad coach. I mean he's doing right. I mean, is what is really there to be complaining? I don't see much to be complaining right now at all, to be honest. I mean, the only thing some might say is like we are not leading the table, although it's only 3 days. Like we are not winning and all that. But that's all. Like we need to be a little bit more mature in expectations. They have done more than. I mean, the turnaround has been quite dramatic, I would say, from what we saw the first 6 months of their tenure when everybody was being just fired and it was a mess really, to now. Okay, they move very fast, and now I get the point. I mean, yes, okay, I mean if they want to change everything, you probably have to move fast. So no, I think they've done really well now, and there's you cannot be blaming one person for any decisions anymore. I mean, it's a structure. It's a club functioning club right now. We are back to a structure. In terms of footballing results, we will see. But as a well-run club, yeah, we are functioning as a Premier League club. Yeah. So that's what we can make out from what we see from the various decisions. So yeah, no, I don't think there is any point to be criticizing them. I mean, do you see any reasonable arguments you receive, or it's
No,
just like emotional?
again, we have the rights to do so when they make mistakes. But right now, I don't think some people are just. It just looks like they're waiting for one thing or the other to happen so that they can take it and run with it and start blaming the owners for it. It just seems as that's all they're out to do. They don't even give them credit where they've done well. I don't think that's okay in my opinion. But
Yeah, but
I've moved on. Yeah,
coach, but let me give you a tap in. Huh? So there
Mhm.
is yellow press, there is agenda-driven journalism, and then there is proper journalism. I think you
Yeah.
subscribe to the proper journalism. So let's not worry about the.
No, I'm not worried, honestly. But sometimes when you look at it, you go, "What? How do these people reason?" Honestly, but um, we shouldn't worry about it, like your advice. And I'm not going to worry myself about it. It's just sometimes the concerning thing is that even content creators do get in on it, and that's when yeah, it's gonna get worse. They're not like helping educate people and say, listen, pay attention. I don't think they're perfect. They've made mistakes. They accepted they've made mistakes, and they're doing well now. Let's move with the flow. If they start doing anything wrong, then you have every right to say this isn't right. And even if they do something right, you can't just say this isn't right and then go back. You've ruined the club and all that, calling them names. I'm not into that. That's why I know some people. You can say that's what they do. That's how
Yeah, but
they like to
I
operate.
here
Yeah, that's
let
it for
me
me at the moment. Go ahead.
let me interrupt you here a little bit, because
Mhm.
I mean, if you look at the agenda merchants and all the yellow press and all that, I think if Bobby is in UK, he will tell you a lot more about all those what goes on in the press. I mean, every newspaper will have a different opinion. So I mean, and especially I think in UK, the fan base of or the anti and fan base of the other teams is much
Mhm.
more enshrined into the journalists, and that affects the general, how to say, the opinion they have in the British press. Am I wrong, Bobby, in that assessment? I mean,
You're not wrong at all. You're not. In fact, let me give you an example of how well the ownership have done, and how, as far as their administrative and player purchase process has really taken Chelsea to another level. I think I know nobody will give them their flowers for this. When I say nobody, I mean our detractors. But a glaring thing that is in everybody's face is the Caicedo and the Lavia deal. Caicedo was our primary target. Liverpool came for him in a very, very aggressive way. 111 million they dropped on the table for this guy right under our noses, knowing that we were not happy to go beyond 100 million. They thought they'd bluffed us out of the situation, they'd bullied us financially. I think they didn't learn from what happened with Arsenal last season, because they were so wrong. But what was so much more significant was Chelsea had done its homework so well with the player that the player basically stuck his two fingers up at Liverpool. He wasn't that impolite, but you know what I'm trying to say. And he said he wanted us. And to make it even more insulting to them, that 111 million they dropped, we dropped more, up to 115. So um, we really put them in their place. And then the Lavia situation, they thought they could go back, although they ruined that themselves. But we still had to be in it, and we beat them there as well. So twice we beat a rival to a player in a very, very astute and a very legitimate way. And I think that speaks volumes as to how much they've learned in the transfer window and how much of a structure we now have.
Yep, I do agree with you. I don't think we have any more questions here. If you're interested and you have any questions, so drop it, or do you see have any topics you'd like us to talk about? Let me give those in the chat as a microphone for a few minutes. So yeah. Well, I think we've addressed that one. The squad is still not good enough to challenge for the top brass. We need two quality attacking reinforcements as soon as possible. That is just your opinion. Chances are the manager is content with what we have. But yeah, he said openly that we need an attacking player. When I saw the bench, I wasn't pleased at all. Hopefully, we sign two more players. The owners have a very good intentions, but the application might be something questionable. Overall, I'm happy. At least I think you're being objective there, Starling. Keyshawn, I appreciate you joining my New York bro. I hope you're doing well. Starling just stepped his game up. Yep, I agree with you. People wasn't wrong that he was playing like crap before. Nobody was wrong. Everybody was correct. Yep, I agree with you. The application are very questionable. I will only start giving praise after I've seen that the club is going back to the top. That has to happen. Okay, that's you. That's you. Yeah, again, let's see what else we have here. If we fail to get a Cherki, then we should make a move for Gory. He is such an underrated player. He's consistent and might produce more goals and assists than Cherki. You never know. There's a chance we're looking at him. And Melvin, nice to see you, Mr. Apia Owene. Melvin, I appreciate you joining. A big up to you too, Tommy Bryan. Tommy Bryan says, "Hey, coach, I was watching Napoli yesterday and Osimhen was scoring like a robot. I hope a Poch can transform Jackson into that. I think Jackson has more to his game than Osimhen, in my opinion. The board nearly failed the Casado deal. Casado choosing us was the only reason we still managed to get it done. What if somebody argues that we knew all the while that he'd come to us because he's guaranteed again the hierarchy that he's not gonna. He guaranteed them that he's not gonna join Liverpool. That he wants to come to us. We also ended up paying so much money than necessary due to
Coach,
the waste of time. Yeah.
Coach, please, I have to come back on that one. You see how disingenuous people are? Why do you think Caicedo chose us over Liverpool? Do you think he just, out of the top of his head? The ownership did a job on him. They really worked on him over the months. They convinced him. They made it an appealing option to take. Why can't people just say, well done? Why? They always have to find something to attack these people up. Please go away. You're not a Chelsea fan. We don't want you. Go support somebody else. Please. I'm so
Bobby,
upset with this sort of rubbish.
Bobby, I
Sorry.
yeah,
think you have to
Bobby,
let people express their
coach.
opinions.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. No, I
Yeah,
just want
I've
to
just
add
expressed
one
mine.
thing. Bobby is correct, but just wanted to add like one point though. I mean, the Casado boy was checked in London hotel all the time. Club was talking to him all the time. They knew it very well. Like he's with us, so why not try and negotiate a better deal with Brighton? The fair play. Brighton brought in Liverpool, and
Mhm.
then we had a competition. But in my assessment, I mean, the boy was checked into Chelsea hotel all the time, so the club knew he's not going anywhere. They were just trying to negotiate a better price. Ended up not very good situation, and we ended up paying more. That's fine. But I think the saying that we risked the whole deal, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. He was in London for so many days, and he was
You're,
talking all the time to Chelsea. So they were not blind. They knew what was the status of the player, I think.
you're
Yeah.
a more tempered man than me. Things like that really upset me. I just think it's so unfair and so unreasonable. And I
Does
apologize.
that move the owners? No, it doesn't move them, and
Yeah, but it
chances
moves
that they
me.
don't even know about it.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
moves me for them.
pure
That's I
speculation.
get it, but that's why you just have to let them express their opinions, and we move
Yeah,
on
yeah.
from that. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Those
Everybody
calling the
has
owners,
his own
yeah.
judgments, opinions. Let it be. I mean, but we can only do is try to show a different perspective. That's what the channel is about. Chelsea perspective, you know.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
I do agree with you. Let's look at what else we have here. What am I looking at here? This says those who are calling the owners names are mostly those with players stand and not Chelsea stand. Yeah, you could say that. Pulisic is killing it at Milan. He's doing well. Maybe that's all he needed was a fresh start, and it's working for him. I'm happy. Even Ruben Loftus-Cheek is doing well. Like Gory, not a bad shout. Yeah. Since when
Until the next
did you
injury.
chat get so well? Hesitant. Let's move on. None of that can be taken for granted, Coach. That's dependent on the character of the player. Many other players can give assurance and turn around at any point. I think I agree with you. Let's see what else. Anything else I can? Do you have? If you are in the chat and you have any questions, you can drop it there. I'm not sure. Any of you have any questions? I'm checking here. I don't think there's any. I'm going to go back to the questions tab to see if there's anything there to address. Okay, where's that? Where's the question and answer tab? I did I close it? Okay, there you go. The Q&A tab.
Coach, is Roger on holiday?
I don't know.
Injury?
I'll reach out for him. I'll reach out to him today. I haven't seen him for a while.
He's
That's
been
two
spending
days
too
now,
much
actually.
time on the beaches, I suppose. Maybe with Michi boy, you know.
He got injured on Mitchell Boy's channel, so I don't know.
Yeah, Mitchell ran into the gutters.
We need to we
Or
need to
maybe he's
send
trying
people
to
to
learn another language, you know,
get
to
him
greet
fit.
you in a different language.
It's not
He's
no, he's
learning
not
how.
looking for a transfer.
Mitchell don't let people go to sleep. Doesn't let people go to bed. Streams for like 6, 7, 7, 8 hours at a stretch. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the on the stream, people. Again, we're all entitled to our respective opinions. Keyshawn saying hello. Let's see what else we have here. Sup, Mitchell boy. What else do we have? I am with Bobby. Yes, then you. I get it. we're all frustrated
No,
sometimes from the way
I
people speak.
apologize to that
Um,
guy. You know, I know he's entitled to his opinion and that, but that sort of thing just triggers me.
I
Everybody
understand,
knows me.
and
I'm die-hard Chelsea.
I think Mr. Quartz himself will understand. You were just triggered, and yeah, thank you for saying you apologize to Mr. Quartz. I think he understands. I think I get it. Sometimes because yeah, like Bobby said, he used the word trigger. It happens, but we should be cautious how we address other fans. They are feeling the way they're feeling.
We
They see
should
things
be.
the way they see it because they are also, you can say, they are emotionally attached to the club, and you can say on a personal level that's probably how they deal with situations. So, and I'm not gonna blame anybody.
Coach, let us
Let's see.
enjoy while we are winning.
Springboards. I'm gonna skip it. You've heard him. He said he apologized for saying that. So let's not make it a fight here. These things happen. Go ahead, Jesse. You were saying something.
I was just telling the chat and every gentleman in the chat. I mean, let us enjoy while we are winning. Yeah, we will be losing. It's football, but at least when we are winning, we should enjoy. I mean, we have had a difficult year, and this victory has come after so many. Let's focus on the fun part right now. While we are winning. Let us have happiness around. I do not know how long it will
That's
last.
true. When was the last time we even won at the Bridge?
Yes.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
It's a
When was the
fantastic
last
weekend.
time?
Yes.
Oh my God.
March or something like that, home victory or something.
That's amazing. So yeah, we should be celebrating.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Let's go ahead. Anything else you want us to talk about, JC?
It's just it's one of those days when we have played well, really well, and we have won as well. So okay, and I think moving forward we will be doing good. Especially our next run of games is not really tough. January will be very tough, I think. Starting December, mid-December, we have a run of very difficult fixtures, and if we build a momentum until then somewhere in January we will start to see like, okay, how good is this team? Because right now it's a new team. We luckily have fairly decent uh, fixture list, and then it becomes more and more and more difficult up until I think somewhere mid-January.
Yeah, and those yeah those you can say fairly easy games can help us be up and running before we get to the difficult ones. And that's
Mm.
how I see it. And
And
I think with
after
that,
those,
nothing.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
And after that, we will be able to see, okay, how good this team is now functioning, because this is kind of a test for them, and it's a challenge for them actually. So it's time when we should be supportive of the new club and the manager and everybody. It's a building
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Just 1 second there. So with that, I think we've come to the natural end of the show. Nothing new has emerged, and I want to say to Jesse, thank you for finding the time to join the day. I appreciate you, and also more importantly, once more for finding um, the time to join me again to reach out to me and ask how I was doing after that post. And again, I explained everything was fine. It's just that something that has happened that led to, you can say, the sporadic schedule of the show. And if you're watching, please, from Brianna Yahayu to Chelsea, all the way to Keyshawn, to Supreme Course, to all of you in the chat, if you haven't, please check out the new project I started, pinned at the very top. Just see if you can check it out too. And if you can check it out, watch the 3 YouTube shorts I have there. It won't take you 3 minutes. Leave a comment. I'd really appreciate that. Let me know what you think of the project. That will go a long way for me. So I look forward to hearing from you
Coach,
in that particular
please
channel.
remember to check on Roger. We just
Definitely,
want
I
to
will.
know
I
he's
will
all
not
right.
forget to see how he's doing. Yeah. So with that, I want to say thank you to JC. JC, I don't know if you've constructed your information, not personal information. You know what I'm talking about. I used
I
the
am
term
on to it.
credential the day I asked Roger for that, and he was like, "What?" So whenever you send it to me, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put again Bobby's immediately the moment the show is done. So Jesse, were you saying something?
No, I'm working on that. I will
Okay.
write to that about that.
All right. Like I said, it doesn't have to be as long as Roger's. I did not want for Roger, and he just made a few adjustments. So the length of it is my fault, but it's still fine. That I'm saying so that the reason I mentioned to people, it doesn't have to be as long as that. So it's not, you don't see it as work. So you know
Yeah,
it can be as simple as you want. Yeah, exactly. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to Brianna Yahayu. Thank you to Tenaro. I appreciate you. Yeah, he was a promising talent. Thank you, Supreme Court. Thank you to Keyshawn. Thank you to Chelsea all the way. Plus, I think there's a risk of something getting out of hand. So it makes sense to end this show right now. Much love to all of you. If I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all and bye. Constantly.